bored. I want to use that word lightly because there's so many things that I could be doing, and I'm choosing to get on social media. And so, as we're thinking about where folks are and where they're going to be, we know that that violence can show up in online spaces as well. And so, that bystander approach, it's able to draw students, faculty, and family into deeper dives and conversations about how creating a safer, healthier community while avoiding those pitfalls of stereotyping and victim blaming can be impactful. And using positive messages and sustainable techniques, the Jeannie Greiger Crisis Center partners with these schools to give students, faculty, and administration the tools to intervene and possibly prevent the abuse from actually happening. So that's something that is available right now that you can take advantage of. The power of well-intentioned men that we hold and why we need them on board. So something that I like to tell folks, in my role in a call to men, I find myself with a lot of colleges, college football teams, fraternities and sororities, middle school, high school. And so one of the easy examples that I love to give is that if my outstretched arms represent all the men in the world, we know that only about maybe this many men actually perpetuate the violence. So if there's this many men in the world, we know that there's only about this many men that will perpetuate the violence. So the question you have to ask is, if there's this many men in the world, this many perpetuate the violence, why are this many letting this many get away with that? And, you know, following up with the bystander piece, there's something that we have to do. It's not enough to simply acknowledge that something is happening. How do we move against the grain, right? Once again, visual person. I love to talk about how, you know, if you're at an airport and you're riding the little, I don't know, the little mobile sidewalk, I like to call it. If you just stand there on that little mobile sidewalk, it'll move you, right? Until you actually turn around and go in the other direction or move faster to get off of it, it's going to continue to move. And when we think about what is our role, we think about being bystanders. We have to begin to move against the grain, or we're just going to stand there and move along with the natural flow of everything happening. And then addressing your man box. So I encourage you to head over to YouTube, type in the man box, and there's a video that'll pop up. It was ranked the #1 TED Talk of 2011, done by Tony Porter of A Call to Men. Simply watching that video and exploring what is the man box. Because in order for us to do this work and support others, we have to also support ourselves and figure out how we've been impacted by violence, how we've been impacted by various forms of violence. What does our man box look like at the intersections of race and class and gender? How is my socialization, you know, different than some of my friends, but yet and still, you know, we're all still impacted by this man box, and we all have a man box. I was actually at a Call to Men conference one time, and I was with another panelist, and the person, I guess, saw my reaction when we began to talk about fraternities and sororities, and we began to talk about certain college experiences. And so this person pulled me aside and told me, he's like, you know, you got to do your own work. You have to be responsible for your own healing as well. You don't have to do it alone, but you are ultimately responsible. And so he told me to listen to Erykah Badu's Bag Lady, and he told me to read Bell Hooks' All About Love. So the entire flight back to New York, I listened to Bag Lady like 117 times until I understood what the song was about. And then I read Bell Hooks' All About Love. A lot of this process is unlearning to learn, is what I love to tell my students at Ithaca College. I have 20 plus years of believing life a certain type of way and believing that this is what it means to be a man, being taught, whether it was through rape culture, whether it was about gender, that this is violence, this is not violence. So a lot of those things I had to undo in this process of addressing my own man box and understanding my role in ending violence. Another piece would be the Live Respect curriculum. So if you go to liverespect.org, this is a free toolkit provided by A Call to Men that partnered up with Verizon and Scholastic. And we love to say that this is a toolkit. It's an art. It's not a science. right? So there are 9 lessons and 9 sessions in the Live Respect Toolkit that ranges from understanding gender, understanding sexual harassment, understanding sexual violence, understanding how gender plays in the media, understanding the man box. And you can literally take that tool and you can mold it, you can move it around. I've done the Live Respect curriculum in many different ways. I've done it on a college campus where I took 3 lessons out and literally presented them as, programs throughout the semester. I've seen folks turn it into, a 16-week curriculum. I've seen folks say, well, I like that activity, but I don't like that one. So I actually have this other activity that I do personally. I'm going to put it in there instead of doing that one. That's all perfect. As individuals in your community, as leaders in your community, you know your community best. You know your audience best. So it is your responsibility to take these tools and figure out what's going to work best for your particular community and plug them in that way. So we encourage you to take the Live Respect curriculum, mold it to fit your community needs, implement it, and then tell us how it went. Definitely reach out to us at A Call to Men and tell us how it went. So the mission of the Jeannie Geiger Crisis Center is to empower individuals to engage communities to end domestic violence. That's the mission. That's the work. And so first, just want to thank the center for the work, thank the center for everything that it means and it stands for in the community. Thank you all for the work and the efforts that you're doing, whether they're on a large scale, whether they're at a very grassroots level, whether it's something as simple as reposting and raising awareness on social media, to volunteering in different capacities or being a support for someone that is experiencing violence or healing from your own violence that you may have experienced. So I hope that individuals that are watching are able to take any of these actions moving forward to support the center financially as well. We know that being in the stay-at-home state of our country right now, folks that experience domestic violence are at a especially high risk right now, not necessarily being able to leave. And so if you are able to support financially during a time when survivors and young people are struggling more than ever, it's impactful, it's meaningful. No matter what it is that you choose to give, everything goes to this mission and supporting. So if you're able to support, I hope that you support. So thank you so much for your time. Thank you for the opportunity. Once again, my name is RahK Lash, and I have the distinct honor of working with A Call to Men to talk about violence prevention and to talk about healthy manhood. I wish you all the best. I hope that you continue to take care of yourself. I hope that you prioritize your health. I hope that you prioritize your sustainability. And I hope that you are following the stay-at-home order. And please, prevention, prevention, prevention. Thank you so much.